on Twitter. We about ready. You already know what it is. M&T Live at the Apollo, episode 11. You know what I'm saying? Spectrum Cable. The horn starts it, boys. Let's go. What's going on? You know who I am. Andre the Torch Robinson. The fire starter is in the building with Joe Monster McDowell. And my guy Link is in the building this week as well. This is M&T Live at the Apollo. Shout out to the Apollo Media Center for, having us here. Shout out to everybody who supports, tunes in. We appreciate you. You can catch the show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the Apollo Media Center television channel 1302 on Spectrum. You also can catch the show on the Apollo Media Center Buffalo app, where we give you nothing but the latest and greatest in sports talk. Yes. Shout out to everybody who supports Challenger News, Waffle Sports, Saturday Night Buffalo, the whole 9 yards, man. We got a great show for you today. Shout out to Daddy O's Pizza as well. Got to shout them out too. Appreciate you, Jimbo. Man, great show. We're going to be talking about Deshaun Watson settling 20 out of 24 cases. We'll be talking about that. We did talk about it a little bit last week, but now we got some more information we want to share. Also, we'll be talking about a little bit of the NBA top 10 list, and we have a game today called Pick 2. All right, Pick 2. We're going to take 2 players, and we're going to pick one. And these players that we pick, we are going to take straight from the social media, Facebook app, the post that we had up earlier this week. Everybody put a lot of opinion into this, so Pick 2 should be a lot of fun. Make sure you like, share to your mamas, brothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews, uncles, even links, cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters. You already know what it is. Everybody tune in. Share everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tell your mama, your grandma, tell the lady who works at the corner store. You know what I'm saying? Your great aunt got a 3D figure, a monster printed out. She sent me a picture of it. Absolutely. You can't get away from these shabadoos around here. Shabadoos, real shabadoos. But let's get right into the show, man. Let's get into it a little bit, First and foremost. Lord, a little bit. Shout out to Ja Rule yesterday for coming. We had to do that. We had to do that. But repping New York, you hear the background music. Nevertheless, murder wasn't my choice. Nevertheless, we got to talk. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson first. 20 out of 24 cases settled in court. You guys, what's your thoughts on Deshaun Watson?
Down bad. Very, very down.
Well, here's the thing. If you're going to say I didn't do anything wrong and then pay him, it's an admission of guilt in my book, Torch. It's an admission of guilt in my book. Okay, let's put it this way. Right? He paid off 24 out of 22. The NFL's still going to discipline him. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If he settles 24 out of 24, the NFL's still going to with all that guaranteed money. This even if Deshaun Watson comes back in place, he's not going to earn the $35 million guaranteed. Absolutely. He's not going to earn $235 million. He's not that guy. Deshaun Watson's not that guy, pal.
He's all right? How long has he not played for? Like a long time. It was like after the Texans, it's just he fell apart.
He had to get his muscles massaged because he was tense and had injuries. Really? So if he winds up not playing this year, if they suspend him for the whole year, that already sets the Browns back. The fact that they guaranteed him all this money, that sets him back even further.
The capital they gave up for him sets him back even further. In my opinion, this was the stupidest move, one of the stupidest moves made in NFL history. Guaranteeing him with those problems. And let's be honest, he don't put up the same numbers Patrick Mahomes does. What does Deshaun Watson want?
That's like almost as much money as Josh Allen making, and Deshaun Watson hasn't even played for like a couple years.
Yeah, I don't discuss the Deshaun Watson thing with my son because I think it's disgusting. And I think what he did was disgusting. So Link may not have all the knowledge of why Deshaun Watson hasn't been playing. But let's just put it this way. The amount of time he's going to miss this year, it's going to set the Browns back. I don't give a shit about the Browns. You know that. But I'm saying from an NFL perspective, this move for the GM to sit down and sink this much of his franchise into this guy with the past he's had, and it's not like it came up after they signed him knowing he had these allegations. They signed him knowing he had these allegations. So whether Deshaun Watson plays or not, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you right now, if he does play, I think the women of Cleveland should make a strong message and boycott some of that because it's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, interesting that you said that. Link, what's your thoughts real quick on Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson, he's not good anymore. When he was on the Texans, where he was actually good, he was actually not bad. But like as soon as he left the Texans fell apart. Last year they had Lions record, and Deshaun Watson's not gonna. The Browns made the worst decision ever because like they just lost all that money for a guy who's not even gonna play the whole entire year. Maybe not even gonna play one game of the year. I don't know. And I don't know what the Cleveland Browns
down bad. That's what
exactly.
They are. Down bad. I feel bad for my buddy Wyatt Teller who's stuck there now.
And they're not gonna be up there for a long time. They're not gonna.
So interesting enough. Here's my thoughts on it. First and foremost, I feel like I'm treating this the same way I treated the Ben Roethlisberger situation. He settled, which to me is an admission of guilt, as well. 20 out of 24 cases. The NFL is looking at a year suspension right now.
Just the sheer number, not to interrupt you, with 24 cases.
Yeah, 24 cases. Yeah, and then he settled 20 of them. So, I mean, it ain't over yet because he still got 4 cases to still deal with. But the league will be looking to suspend Deshaun Watson for at least a full season.
You can't suspend Calvin Ridley for betting $1,500 and not suspend him for sexually assaulting 24 different women. Like, that's insane to me. That's insane. How do you set that precedence in the NFL? You understand what I'm saying?
You're right about that, especially after what just took place yesterday. That, as much as it may not be the same caliber, I think women will definitely be even more upset with this whole Deshaun Watson situation, especially because of what happened with Roe versus Wade yesterday. But nevertheless, Deshaun Watson definitely will probably not be playing a down of football this season. And again, the Cleveland Browns knew what they were getting into when they did it. They knew what risks they were taking and getting Deshaun Watson. It's an organization who wants to get to the next level. And sometimes you make desperate moves. And this desperate move may have very significant
they fucked
impact
themselves.
In which I think they'll be paying for. Go ahead, Link.
Deshaun Watson really shouldn't even be able to play in the NFL after all of them cases. Like 24. Like, that's a lot of cases.
Yeah, but you got to understand a lot of people in the NFL are scumbags, and the NFL is a business. So if they can bring in a scumbag and make money off of them, do it.
You just got to remember again that there's been other people who have done things that they have let back into the NFL and play, and then there's been some people who've done things that have not been able to get back into the NFL. But on this particular situation, we've had this before. This conversation has happened before. It's not as many people. But it still happened. Vanity is vanity to me, and at the end of the day, if you did it to 2 people, 1 person, that's more than enough for me. So with that being said, Deshaun Watson, I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope, he can turn it around. I hope he can. Yeah, I
What
hope
do
he
you
can
help
turn
he
it
needs?
around.
You think it's a mental illness?
No, but when you do that to that many folks,
You're a predator.
yeah.
You want to help Deshaun Watson? Tape fucking oven mitts to his hands. That's how you help Deshaun Watson. Tape oven mitts to his hands so he can't touch nobody. That's how you help Deshaun Watson.
So, with that being said, Deshaun Watson most likely will be suspended for the year. All right. No, with that being said,
I hope so. If not, the NFL is sending one hell of a message to women. You know what I'm saying? They're sending one hell of a message to women. And you brought up the decision yesterday for the women. I'm on Twitter. You guys know I'm on Facebook. I never post politics. I never post religion. I never post any of that shit. I keep it to myself. But what I will say about yesterday's decision is it's absolutely fucking deplorable. That's it. It's absolutely deplorable that they overturned that and took the rights away from women of what to do with their bodies. Good job, you fucking idiots. You just set us back 70 years. That's all I'm going to say about that, Torch.
yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Again, you watching M&T Live at the Apollo. Monster, Link, the fire starter in the building. You know, we just talking about sports in general, and Deshaun Watson once again has made, news. If you just tuning in, settled 20 out of 24 cases in which the NFL is looking to hand down a year suspension. I don't know if you guys think it's enough of a punishment or not. You can call in 716-481-8249. The call lines will be open at 2 p.m. Okay, you can call in, state your case. All right, state what you want to say. All right, because we love the interaction. All right, with that being said, let's get to the next topic of discussion. And the next topic of discussion, obviously, we're going to switch over a little bit. We're going to bounce back and forth today. We're going to switch over to the NBA. Obviously, we just watched the Warriors win the NBA Finals, in which Monster is getting squirted on.
Oh my God, I'm looking down bad. Look at this shit.
Do you see this? Breaking Bad over here.
Man, hold on, y'all.
It's Breaking Bad featuring Monster.
Guess who predicted Warriors in 6? It's Jason Tatum's time is coming, but it was not it. Because
Sorry, Twitter, hold on.
The Warriors have championship mentality, and they're those guys.
Yeah, so the Warriors definitely, like Link said, 1-6. We predicted the Warriors would win.
We
But
did.
now there's been some conversation lately in news about Stephen Curry and where he should be ranked among the greats, being that he has won 4 championship titles in 13 years with the same team.
All right, hold on. I just want to put out there, I think, in my opinion, Steph Curry is now better than LeBron.
We'll get to that.
Same amount of rings. Curry's a better shooter.
But that's not what your list has him ranked at, sir.
So, with that being said, Link putting it out there right now, putting some fire out there. Again, you guys, 2:00, you can call into the show.
Bang the line.
That's right, bang the line.
What's it right
716-481-8249. Make sure you bang the line. If you think Stephen Curry is better than LeBron James, call in, all right?
I'm saying
Make
right
sure you do
now,
that.
all time, it's questionable, but right now, Curry is way better than LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron's old as shit.
True.
All right. And with that being said, we got a top 10 list to be made right now. Top 10 list. I'll start with Monster and the Link. Obviously, they have a list here. What's your list? Top 10. Put it in the comment section for those two on Facebook, Twitter. That's tuned in. Put it in the comment section.
All right, I'm going to start first.
All right, give us your list first, 1 through 10.
All right.
Go backwards, 10 to 1. Go. Give us number 10 first, Link.
Number 10 is Kevin Durant. It's just they won back-to-back rings with the Warriors, but this season Durant's been pretty good until it came down to the playoffs. Number 9, Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay, can I get the stilt in there?
Well, one of the greatest centers of all time. Record-breaking 100 points in a single game, and he was a beast.
Do you think his teammates think he ball hogged that game? You score 100
Yes.
You score 100 points in a game. You ain't got no
He's
assist
like,
player. You ain't.
he's like, give me the ball, lay up.
But then again, back then, that's the only option they had. It's probably that easy. Just give it to Wilt, and he just tap it in for 100.
Number 8, Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. There's not really much to be said about Curry. It's just he's
That guy.
the many shots he's made from like 30, 40 feet is just incredible. Half courts, buzzer beaters, like it's just amazing.
Number 7.
Bill Russell, the most rings in NBA history.
Kid does his homework. He knows his NBA. Bill Russell was 100 years before me.
Bill Russell was like, I think the Celtics, as soon as they got Bill Russell, it was back in the time where like the Celtics, I don't think they had any rings. So I think they needed Bill Russell a lot. Number 6, we got Larry the Bird Boy.
Larry Bird, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
He was a great trash talker, and he could back up his words by. Let's talk about that great 3-point contest where he came out in his practice jersey and just rained them, and he had a perfect score.
Do you know what happened before that? In the same instance,
He said, who's coming in second?
he walked into the locker room, absolutely right, in his warm-ups, and he says, who's ready to lose and come in second? And then proceeded to go out in his warm-ups and sink a perfect score.
And number 5, Magic Johnson.
Okay.
One of the greatest point guards and great passers of the Showtime Lakers. And they were there. It was Bird and Magic just going back and forth. And I put Magic above Bird because he was just Magic did some things that other people couldn't do with passing, like
Magic does stuff that people still can't do.
exactly.
Number 4.
You got LeBron James. Oh, my bad. LeBron James. Yeah, he was a really great dunker. You know, he had Cleveland with Dwayne Wade. It's like
That was Miami.
I mixed up right there.
It's all right.
We had Cleveland,
You're still new to this.
LeBron starting year. Then Miami with Dwayne Wade. I think that's where he won his first ring at. And then he proceeded to go to, I think he went back to Cleveland, and then he went back to.
Yeah, LeBron's jumped around a lot because
with 2 teams, and then he proceeded to go to the Lakers. He won a championship in 2020, and then LeBron and the Lakers just fell apart. They thought Russell Westbrook was a great choice, but
no, you know what it is?
how do you shoot behind the backboard?
But you know what it is? It's that LeBron gets to these teams and makes them bring in all these guys he wants to play with, and then he leaves the teams when he's like, oh yeah, these guys are kind of shit, and I don't want to play here no more. So then LeBron leaves and leaves that team and organization with all the guys he wanted to bring in to help win.
And number 3, in my opinion, the greatest center of all time, Shaq. Him and Kobe were just unstoppable. Like, Shaq was just so dominant, and like nobody could stop him. Shaq has broken many backboards in his days with the Magic, and Shaq is just a horse.
And he said those very very much viewed clips of Shaq when he first got in Orlando. I think it was Washington. He brought the backboard down. I think it was New York or somebody else. He snapped it off. Mm-hmm. He said, and he said it before plenty of times when he came in, he said, I tried to do it. He said, I wanted the NBA to know who I was and that I was here. He tried to break those backboards. He tried to rip that shit down. He wanted to send a message. And that message was clear cut once that shit happened.
I want to say, once Steph Curry retires, he's definitely going to be top 3 all time. If he just, I'm going to say Curry's going to end with 5. I'm going to say he's going to win one more ring.
Number 2,
we got the Bean, Kobe Bean Bryant. One of the greatest shooting guards of all time. He won a lot of rings with Shaq, you know, prime Kobe.
Shaq won a lot of rings because of Kobe, too. They were 50-50.
And they also faced each other a couple times, too.
Yep. And your number 1 of all time, which should surprise nobody because he's my son and he knows his stuff.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Cut the deck.
It's just over. The debate between Jordan and LeBron. Oh, he has more scoring this, scoring that. It all matters about rings, like.
My bad, Facebook. Y'all can see me. Yeah, my bad.
And like it just.
I had an itch. My bad.
It's a debate. Like the debate is not. Jordan has more rings than LeBron, and that's all that matters because it matters about who made it to the playoffs and who won rings. And let's not forget, Jordan.
It's not even about rings. It's not even about rings. I mean, you can put rings in there, but Jordan had stuff that LeBron doesn't have. Okay? If you pissed off Jordan, Jordan was going to kill you. All right? Jordan was going to rip you apart. Jordan has the killer instinct. Jordan has the ability to just take over and finish a game. LeBron never had that killer instinct.
And by the
Not the way Jordan had it.
People say, "Oh, Jordan would be nothing without Scottie Pippen."
Nobody says that. If anybody says he'd be none without Pippen, they're morons.
Because if you haven't watched The Last Dance, in one of the episodes, Scottie Pippen was out and just Jordan dropped 40, 50.
Yeah, he did that his whole career.
Yeah, and
very solid list.
Jordan's just that guy.
Yep, very solid list. Very solid list, Torch. What do you think about Link's list? Top 10 all time. Anybody on there you think don't belong?
So that ain't your list?
That's not my list. That's his list.
Okay, so I get the review. You know what? I'm gonna let you do your list and then I'll review them both at the same time. Go ahead and do your list, Monster. Top 10.
All right. I didn't write anything down because whatever. So I'm gonna go by Link's list and I'm gonna give number 10. Number 10 to me is not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant doesn't belong on this list as far as I'm concerned. All right. So at number 10, I'm going to put Tim Duncan. All right, Tim Duncan, the most fundamentally sound, boringest player to watch in NBA history because that's all he did was fundamental, little shot off the backboard, little 10-foot tapper. That's all he did, and he won chips, and he was effective, and he dominated. All right, so number 10, I'm going to take KD out of there on my list, and I'm going to put in, you know what I mean? I'm going to put him in there. Just to me, it's just better. All right, so we go to number 9. Number 9, you have Wilt Chamberlain. I'm not going to put Wilt at number 9. I'm going to actually – Wilt's a little bit higher on my list, but I am going to put number 9 as – it might surprise you. But I got to watch him, and he dominated when he needed to dominate. Hakeem Olajuwon. I put the dream there. I put Hakeem Olajuwon at number 9. All right? I put Hakeem Olajuwon at number 9 because I got to watch his whole career. Hakeem was he was the dream. Give you the shake on the baseline, hit that turnaround, you couldn't stop him. And he's got the hardware to back it up because Jordan went and played baseball. So we got him at 9. All right, number 8 to me. Number 8 for me, it's I'm gonna get crucified for this.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8 for me, a player that's in the top 10. But you show me somebody who dominated more at one facet of the game. You show me one person that did what he could do better than him in NBA history, and I won't put him on this list. Dennis Rodman.
One of the greatest rebounders.
Dennis Rodman. I got Dennis Rodman in there. I'm not going to put Bill Russell in there. That was before my time. I could see Bill Russell play. I don't care. I agree with your list. Bill Russell is one of the greats based on hardware, but I'm talking about my era people that I seen to play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to throw my man the Worm on there. If you can disprove it and show me somebody that could do what he does better than he does it, then I'll take him off the list. But until then, that's my list. And the Worm is on it. All right? Gets us up to number 6. Now, this is where you start to bounce stuff around. All right? This is where you start to bounce stuff around. Number 6 for me is not Larry Bird. Number 6 for me is Magic. I got Magic lower. I got Magic at number 6 for me. All right. Magic is number 6 for me for the same reasons that Lincoln stated. The Showtime Lakers, they revolutionized the fast break. They were amazing to watch. They brought a lot of eyes back to the NBA, him and Bird. So, excuse me. So you gotta put him there. So we go to, is this my top 5 now? Top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5. I'm gonna give you a surprise in my top 5 too. Again, this is my opinion. These are my players that I like, who I think. All right. Number 5, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. Again, Guy I got to watch his whole career and how he could take over and we're not talking stats and championships. We're talking about what my top 10 all time is. The players I like, the players I think are on those lists, and the ones that I enjoy watching. So for me, number 5 is Allen Iverson. All right. Number 4, same spot Link had him, LeBron. Okay. Same spot Link had him, LeBron. LeBron, I said everything I could say about LeBron. I'm not going to say anymore, spend too much time on LeBron. All right. LeBron's number 4. All right. Number 3, excuse me. Number 3, I got Kobe at number 3. I got Kobe at 3. All right. Taking nothing away from the Mamba. I got Kobe at 3. And the reason why I got Kobe at 3 is because you had guys that could do what Kobe does. Okay. Shooting guards. Jordan could do what Kobe does. This guy could do what Kobe does. All right. Kobe did it better than a lot of people, but he wasn't the only guy at his position who could do it, which brings me to my number 2 person all time. Number 2 person of all time for me, nobody revolutionized, nobody dominated. There is nobody you could put above this guy, and that is Shaq. I put Shaq 1 above Kobe because of where Shaq played and what Shaq could do. All right. Finals with the Lakers, he averaged 34 points a game and like 17 rebounds. All right. Kobe didn't do that. Again, taking nothing away from Kobe. I got Shaq as number 2 because he revolutionized the position of center and was just the most dominant center in NBA history. Was Kobe the most dominant shooting guard in NBA history? No. That's my justification for why Shaq is ahead of Kobe. Because nobody could do what Shaq did ever, and nobody can still do what Shaq does. All right? And then number 1, you got Michael Jordan.
All right, hold on.
You already gave your list. This torch is turned now.
Well, first and foremost, I do like both lists, and I like the reasons for the lists. Even though they might be a little unorthodox, that's fine and dandy. I'm okay with it unorthodox. But I will say, Monster, you picked Dennis Rodman and then did not pick a number 7. You skipped one. You didn't pick number 7.
Oh, that'd be Curry. Steph Curry.
Okay. Oh, I was about to say, why are Steph Curry?
I was kind of wondering why. I was like, I don't remember. I think I skipped a number. Yeah, Curry's on there.
So, okay. So first and foremost, Link picked his top 10 too, and I gotta look at this. KD number 10. Link, I get that you're young and you like KD, but KD can't be on my list because KD is not a leader. In any championship that he's won, he wasn't the leader. Stephen Curry, to me, still was the leader, even in Golden State when he won those 2 championships. If it wasn't for Golden State, he still would have 0 rings. He'd be James Harden. He'd be Russell Westbrook. He'd be all those Reggie Miller and Patrick Ewing players. So
it was right there.
I can't put KD
in the finals. Patrick Ewing, like, just dunk it. You shoot a fadeaway and miss, and the Knicks get eliminated. Don't go to the finals that year. You remember that?
Yes.
You're this close, and you're 900 feet tall. Just dunk it. Just shoot a fadeaway. If you guys don't remember, half of you probably weren't even born when this happened. Go ahead and look it up. Eastern Conference Finals. Go ahead and look it up. Patrick Ewing bricks at the last second. They don't go to the finals.
Who was that against?
I don't remember.
All right. Well, guess what? There's a question.
A lot of malted hops and resin.
Let's see if anybody remember. By the way, the call line is open now. It's 2:00. 716-481-8249. You can call the call line right now if you like. Number 10, no. KD can't put KD in there. Number 9, you got Wilt. I like Wilt the still.
You ain't give us who you put in there though. You talking about who he got? Who you got?
I'm about to. Oh, don't worry. I'm coming with that. Wilt number 9. I like it. 8, Curry. I like it. 7, Bill Russell. I like it. Bird 6. I like it. Magic 5. I like it. LeBron 4. Okay. Shaq 3, Kobe 2, Jordan 1. Okay. Only one I feel like should be on this list that's not on this list that wasn't mentioned was Kareem.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Monster, Torch, you said Dennis Rodman the worm. You put Dennis Rodman, you put Dennis Rodman over Tim Duncan, you had Tim Duncan at number 9.
Okay, but Tim Duncan had David Robinson.
For a short period of time, the Admiral.
I'm just saying, who helped Dennis Rodman rebound?
Nobody. Because they didn't need. You know what? Here's what I will say to that. The big fundamental is the best power forward of all time. Literally. He has 5 rings. Who's a better power forward than this guy? And we got a caller on the line, too.
I put Tim Duncan as my 10, buddy.
You got
Tim Duncan was my 10.
At 10?
Yeah, Tim Duncan was my 10.
Caller, what's going on?
I told you, he was boring as shit to watch. That's why Kareem didn't make my list.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, Ethan called me.
All right. That's a work call, by the way.
Oh.
Nevertheless, yeah. So here's my thing in a nutshell. Tim Duncan can't be number 10. He can't be number 10.
Yes, he can.
The reason why, to me, he can't be number 10 is because when I think of a list, and I'm going to come up with this list, there's 5 positions. If you're not the top 2 in those 5 positions, then you shouldn't be on the list.
I would take this other power forwards. I'll take over Tim Duncan.
And
That ain't even on this list.
who was that?
I'll take Charles Barkley over Tim Duncan.
Whoa! What?
I'll take Karl Malone over
What?
Tim Duncan.
Karl Malone.
I'll take him over Tim Duncan.
He is literally going postal on the show, folks.
Look, what did Tim Duncan do besides stand in the fucking corner and bank it off the backboard?
It
That's
was
all he did.
boring.
You know, Tim Duncan was a defensive player.
Yeah, I know. And again, it's boring. He was boring to watch. That's the only knock
he's a
on Tim Duncan.
fundamental guy. He's a fundamental. He's Mr. Fundamental. Look who his coach was. Look at the
Dirk.
players he played. Matter of fact, y'all not listen. Are y'all? Do
I
y'all
would
not?
put Dirk over Tim Duncan.
Do y'all not appreciate the fact that this guy played with all foreign players? Do you know in the Olympics when you play foreign players in the
You mean
Olympics,
foreign
the
players?
US
He didn't have all
The
foreign players
Mavericks.
on the Spurs.
The
Tony
Mavericks.
Parker,
Robert Ory was foreign.
No, I'm talking about the starting
Oh.
guys, the lead, the guys who literally.
Yeah,
start
but Manu was sweet. Tony Parker was sweet.
the
Like,
good role players.
yeah, like they did.
But I mean, we give Jordan his props for winning 6 with hardly good role players, right?
right, but he had better role players than Jordan had.
And
He had
Dirk is
And he had
better
David
than
Robinson.
Duncan. Dirk is better than Tim Duncan.
he had David Robinson for like 2 seasons.
That's all right. That's all right. And he won rings both those years.
Exactly.
Tim
So
Duncan. I cannot believe that you guys literally have.
Dirk-
But we can move
Hold
on
on,
from
hold
that.
on.
Dirk over Tim Duncan.
I like Dirk. But
Dirk-
Dirk's my favorite player.
Dirk literally brought the Mavericks their ring because the Mavericks had nobody. Dirk was the main reason why the Mavericks won.
Oh well,
Well,
absolutely.
yeah, any
We
superstar is the
had
main
one of the
reason why
greatest
the team wins.
fadeaways of all time.
Oh yeah, the unguardable shot, but like Tim
Yeah, and
Duncan.
he's 7 foot
Tim
tall.
Duncan had an unguardable shot.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan couldn't shoot
off
the
the
three.
glass 100,000 times.
That's okay. Just because the style is boring, don't mean.
All right, moving
don't
on
mean
from
that
Tim
he don't
Duncan. We
Moving
spent way
on.
too much time on Tim
I
Duncan.
can't believe y'all, man. Karl Malone and
Dirk.
the
I
worm.
would take the mailman.
The
over
worm.
there.
I can't believe this.
I would
Okay.
take my cat.
So if you want 20 rebounds in a championship game, you grab Tim Duncan for those rebounds, or you grab Dennis Rodman.
Well, I won 20 points in.
No. We don't worry about
10
Worry about points. Mike got all the points. Don't worry, we don't need points. Mike got points. Whoever Tim Duncan is, they got man who got the points. They got the points. You need that 20 rebound game. Who you calling? Who you grabbing?
You can call Dennis Rodman the worm. You can call the worm. I like Big Worm. Don't worry. Big Worm, Big Perm, Big Worm. But all right. So Tim Duncan, you got him lower than I would have him. But here's my list starting from 1 to 10 because I mean I could dissect, but I don't want to really. 1 is Jordan. 2 is Kareem. Kareem literally throughout his whole entire NBA career, college, high school, he was probably the most successful player that we've ever seen as far as winning championships. He won championships in every aspect of his career. Kareem also is top 2 in points right now. Top 2 in points.
He's number one. He's still number one.
Yeah, top 2. Yeah, number 1 in points. Has multiple championships. He has 6 with 6. What?
He tweeted a crazy stat, and I didn't really think about this until he tweeted it. He said, "I'm the number 1 scorer still in NBA history, and I only hit 1 3-pointer in my career." That's crazy stat to think about. That's crazy to think about. He's the NBA's leading scorer all time, and he hit 1 3-pointer in his career.
He hit 2 pointers most of his career in the paint.
Free throw line, skyhooks.
So he is number 2 to me. Number 3 would be Kobe Black Mamba Bryant.
My
Um,
mentality.
Obviously, the prototype to Michael Jordan with 5 championships, won 2 with Paul Gasol. Won 2 with Paul Gasol, even after Shaq left. Love Shaq to death, but I don't have him at number. I don't have him in the top 3. Number 4, the greatest point guard of all time to me is Magic Johnson. Obviously, I have him at number 4. LeBron James, unfortunately, as much as I don't like LeBron James, I do not have him in my top 5. I have, I actually have, for number 5, Tim Duncan on this list at number 5, just because he has 5 championships with foreign players, won championships. Obviously, we know the Olympics. The U.S. crushes the foreign teams 90% of the time, anytime they go. So that gives you a whole lot of what Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan.
I'm gonna accept the foreign players thing because of that era. I'll take that, but you couldn't use that excuse now because 90% of the stars in the NBA aren't from here.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's more of a diversified league now as
Absolutely.
Was back then.
Absolutely. I can agree with that 110%. No argument on that. Number 6 would be LeBron James. Unfortunately, I do have LeBron James a little bit over Larry Bird only because of longevity and what he has done as far as 10 finals. Yeah, he lost 6 of them.
I didn't put Larry Bird on my list. Did you notice that?
Yeah, Larry Bird's not on your list, which is crazy to me. That's okay. You put Dennis Rodman over Larry Bird. And Allen Iverson over Larry Bird. Now,
and it was weird as I have a Bird jersey hanging in my closet. Making notes.
Absolutely.
I respect him. He's just not in my top 10.
Certified.
So number 7.
Stamp on it.
Number 7 would be Larry Bird to me. Now, number 8 is obviously Stephen Curry with 4 championships in 13 years. I got to give him his props where props is due. He is the best shooter of all time. Not even only is he the best shooter of all time, but he is also probably the second most transcendent player in NBA history, point blank, for what he has done for the game. There is no level of basketball in which they don't want to be Steph Curry. I'm talking about.
No, he turned the NBA single-handedly into a 3-point league.
And who can make the most clutch shots right now that Steph Curry has made from like 30, 40.
Yeah, see, but you're young. You're fixated on the trick shit, like 30, 40-foot shots. He doesn't really shoot those in the game unless he has to. Like the trick shots are cool, but they're not going to give you an NBA championship.
No. He's clutch. He's
very clutch. Absolutely. It's cool watching that stuff. I watched a video of him in warm-ups the other day. Remember I showed it to you?
Yeah.
Dude, he went from the baseline to half court and back and didn't miss a shot.
Right.
It's it's just amazing. It's just effortless. He makes it look effortless.
Absolutely.
It's like, are you even aiming?
Absolutely.
So I heard the reason why Steph Curry is great is he aims for something that's like right where the hoop is. It's like this like metal thing, and he just aims for that.
He aims for the bar on the back, behind the backboard.
That's an interesting concept, folks. Number 9 and 10 are between 2 Lakers. Do I put Shaq first or do I put Wilt first? Shaq or Wilt?
You better put Shaq above him. And the fact that Shaq is so low on your list and Larry Bird's higher than Shaq is dumbfounding to me.
Exactly.
Well,
but it's your list.
Well, here's the thing. Shaq won 4 titles. Very dominant guy. I get that. But what Larry Legend did in his heyday, I mean, it's nothing short of remarkable. The things that Larry Bird has done at his position. Again, when we talk about positions, top 2, is Larry Bird a top 2 small forward?
No.
No.
How many small forwards is better than Larry Bird at the small forward position?
I don't know. You'd have to give me time to think about it. I need a list.
LeBron James is the only one I could think of.
A small forward?
Yeah, small forward.
Yeah, I could come up with a couple. I would just need some time. But
all right, we'll bring it back.
Bird did it. Bird had the tenacity. Bird was a winner. Bird was a leader. Like I said, not taking anything away from Larry Bird. Not taking anything away from Larry Bird at all. But when I watched him and Magic play, I liked Magic more. You know what I'm saying? Magic was my style. Yeah. As you can see by the Tim Duncan debate. I don't like boring-ass players. Right. And as exciting and as awesome as Bird was, sometimes he's a one-trick pony. You You know what I mean? It was good at that one trick, but sometimes he was just a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying? So you got Shaq and you got Will. So between those two, who you gonna put at 9 and 10?
There's this one thing that I have to put out there is that this one game, if you did not notice, Larry Bird said, "I'm gonna shoot with my left hand this game." He shot with his left hand for one game, and he dropped 40.
Oh,
that's how
there's
Larry Bird is.
There's legacy stories about Larry Bird. He'd do that the whole game. Larry Bird would tell you what he's gonna do and then do it on you. Yeah. Larry Bird would tell you, I'm gonna catch the ball in that corner, I'm gonna run to the baseline, I'm gonna lay it up on the other side. He would tell that to the defender, and then sure as shit, that's exactly what he would do.
Yeah. Larry Bird is the second to me power forward. Small forward 3. Shaq and Wilt. So Shaq and Wilt is interesting. Wilt has the numbers, has 100-point games. In his era, he was one of a kind.
We want to talk about Wilt's most impressive stat because my son's here.
Yeah. I was trying not to go there with that.
You'll learn it when you're old enough.
3 points?
Yeah, 3 points.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, I gotta put Shaq over Wilt and then Wilt at number 10. Bill Russell is not in my top 10 list. Unfortunately, I get it. He has so many rings.
Yeah, but you did him in
with all those rings is exactly where I place him. He's got 11. He's number 11.
Right, but you got those rings against plumbers and electricians. Like you didn't get them against you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got 50s and 60s. Like you know what I'm saying?
You didn't get them against Jordan. You didn't get them against Hakeem. You didn't get them against Tim Duncan.
He said plumbers and electricians. I still can't get over that. Folks, make sure you coin that. Monster said that Bill Russell won championships against plumbers and electricians.
Until Wilt came.
Hashtag.
Until Wilt
That's
came.
a good one. I like that.
Then Wilt gave him some competition.
Wilt and Bill Russell went back and forth in NBA Finals.
That is hilarious.
It's like baseball. Like baseball records are a joke. Like you're gonna keep track of records 20 years before you let black people play? Like seriously? Like Babe Ruth? Yeah, I get it. Okay, Babe Ruth, but it wasn't diversified. Like it's not fair. Like, you can't do that. Like back in the day, same thing. Bill Russell played in a very, very weird era. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those guys weren't as good as obviously that you get now.
Yeah,
he was schooling and the colleges and the way basketball is actually a sport. You got to remember back then it was still, I don't want to say infancy stages, but it was still developing into the mega billion-dollar machine that it is now. So,
absolutely, I can appreciate the plumbers and electricians. I'm
saying,
I'm still on that right now.
But I'm saying, like, how many people back in that era graduated college and just that was their career? They played in the NBA. Like NBA wasn't paying like that back then.
Yeah, I definitely listen. If you take something from the show today, make sure you take that plumbers and electricians comment and make sure y'all tweet that something. Tweet it.
Hashtag it.
Hashtag it. Do something with it.
Plumber and electrician.
That was hilarious.
And pipe fixture.
All right. So we got our top 10. You can put your top 10 in the comment section or again call us 716-481-8249. All right. We have to switch it back to our pick 2 game. We got the pick 2 game coming up. All right. 2 players. And you pick and put it in the comment section too. Or you could call and give us your thoughts on it.
He likes to call it pick 2. I like to call it get on or get shit on.
So you're
gonna get on the squad or you're gonna get shit on. Get on.
All right. So let me start with the first one. The first one is
just to me or Lincoln.
That's the both of y'all.
Okay, you can go first.
Nah.
Don't be copying my answer style, Jackin.
Actually, no. I'll go first. Okay. Final answer. I'm going first.
All right.
You ready?
Throw it at me.
Josh Allen or Jim Kelly?
Josh Allen.
That's easy.
He's almost broke all of Jim Kelly's records, and he's played for like what 3 years? Like
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Okay. All right.
That and as Jim got older, had kids, and everything happened with Hunter, Jim became a very, very awesome guy. You know what I mean? I see him all the time at his football camp. You know what I mean? I see Jim Kelly a lot. Like whenever I'm doing stuff with Harrison Phillips, Jim Kelly's always there. You know what I'm saying? But younger Jim Kelly, yeah, when he was playing in the 90s, yeah, Jim Kelly was kind of an asshole. A lot of people will tell you that. You don't get that vibe from Josh. Josh's the same age. He's got his head on right. He's already going to smash Kelly's records. So as great as Jim Kelly was, he never got us a ring.
He has a better arm.
Oh, yeah, Josh Allen has a better arm than Jim Kelly. So
Combine
first one, Allen and Kelly. I think
Yeah,
I think all of Bill's Mafia would take Josh Allen.
All right. So this is right off the social media page, by the way. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to start naming folks with these too. So that question was asked by yours truly, Ethan Tweedy asked that question on Jim Kelly or Josh Allen. All right. Next question is Alvin Kamara or Thurman Thomas? And this is from Bartholomew Skilling.
Thurman.
If we're just talking about pure skill and not about the fact that he's going to miss the first 5 games of this year, Alvin Kamara.
Breaking news. He's actually suspended for 6.
6 is a 6. All right. Kamara's out for 6.
Mhm.
Honestly, between a prime Thurman Thomas and a prime Alvin Kamara, that's a push. That's a push. You get the exact same back. Great out of the backfield, can create space, can run after the catch, can run it if you need him to run it. So, I mean, that's a pretty dead even one.
Thurman Thomas brought the Bills to a Super Bowl too, with Jim Kelly.
But yeah, I'll slightly, and it's not a homer thing, but just because of resume, you got to remember Thurman's done. His Hall of Fame career is cemented. Kamara's not finished. So he could fall off the face of the earth in the next 3 years and not come anywhere near the Hall of Fame, or he could stretch it out and eventually surpass what Thurman Thomas has done. But to this point, he has not done it yet. So if I had to pick one or the other, you're not going to lose with either one, but I'm going to take prime Thurman by a hair just because his career's finished and we've already know what he does.
All right. Frederick Wilson II. Shout out to Frederick. He said Dez Bryant or Zeke Elliott.
Dez Bryant.
Okay.
It's because Zeke's like he said, Dez Bryant's retired and Ezekiel is not finished yet. So yeah.
Take a Dez.
I'll take Dez. I think Zeke's a piece of shit. Like he wears the half shirts
like
and the
that?
little. I've never been a Zeke fan.
Straight like that.
Yeah, sir. That's you've known me 11 years of your life. I don't really have to say much. I think Zeke's a piece of shit, and I don't like him.
And how do you get one of the best records and then lose in the first round?
Who had the best records? Cowboys ain't had the best records.
No, I'm saying they had one of the best records for the season. And how do you lose in the first round?
A lot of teams losing the first round. They're the Cowgirls. That's how.
True.
The Toronto Maple Leafs of the NFL.
All right.
Next.
Russell Wilson or Aaron Donald?
Aaron
Yuri Burrows.
Aaron Donald.
See, the thing is, they're different positions. Like they're completely different players. Like if you're asking me to pick quarterback, even quarterback receiver, but you're asking me to take a generational defensive player and put him against a really good quarterback, I'm not going to give Russell Wilson elite status. He's past that. Marshawn Lynch is gone. Legion of Boom's gone. You're no longer that guy. We'll see what you do this year in Denver. All right. But as far as that, he's going to go down as the most dominant defensive lineman in NFL history. So that, without a question, is Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
All right. Darius Leonard or Roquan Smith? And that's from Dalton Smith.
I take Roquan Smith just because he's that punch you in the mouth linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like his style. I like how he plays. I would take Smith, no doubt in that one.
Yes.
All right. Peyton Manning or Tom Brady? Jimmy Ray.
Tom Brady. I hate to say it, but Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning. And I'm going to tell you why I took Peyton Manning for all you guys out there. Oh, Brady's the best ever. Shut up for a minute and listen to me because I know more than you. All right. Now, there was an interview with Bart Scott, former NFL linebacker Bart Scott. Are you aware of what he said in this interview? Bart Scott, the question was presented to Bart Scott. Same thing. Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
Oh, yes. I do remember this interview.
Bart Scott said that teams were petrified of Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Teams did not want to play Peyton Manning. What they said about Tom Brady is they weren't worried about Brady. They were worried about Belichick. They were worried about the scheme and the game plan. They weren't scared of Tom Brady when they played the Patriots. They were scared of Belichick and what he was going to do.
Huge forehead.
Right. So as far as that goes, teams feared Peyton Manning. Teams feared Peyton Manning a hell of a lot more than they do Tom Brady to this day. So that comes right from the NFL locker room. That comes right from an NFL linebacker that played both of them. Brady was not intimidating. It was Belichick's scheme against them, as opposed to Peyton Manning, who they lost sleep to the previous night for. He said every time we had to play Peyton Manning, we didn't sleep. We were scared as shit. So that shows you the respect the NFL has for Peyton Manning as opposed to Tom Brady and Belichick's scheme.
It's the forehead. You know what I'm saying? It's the forehead.
You could park a car on Peyton Manning's forehead.
400,000 feet forehead.
Hey, man, morning. But yes, I take Peyton Manning.
I wonder how big. He probably has a custom helmet because no one's fitting a helmet over that.
And we're still not done with the Mannings. We still have another Manning coming through. See you in a couple of years, Arch.
Yeah. Benjamin Ben said Aaron Rodgers or Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Allen, yes.
I hate Aaron Rodgers.
It's because Josh Allen's.
And that's not a homie thing. You could ask me. You could take J.P. Lossman versus Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not going to pick Aaron Rodgers. I just don't like Aaron Rodgers. There's just certain players you don't like. There's no reason. I don't hate him. He's a good player.
He doesn't deserve back-to-back MVPs. Like, dude, Josh Allen was better than Aaron Rodgers, and that's because.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is on the downside of his career. Josh Allen's just starting his career. You got to take that into factor because prime time Aaron Rodgers was a bad dude.
And they were number one, and they were number one in this season, but they lost in the first round. Again, they face
again
Green
Bay again
because Josh Allen, better arm, younger, he's just starting. I'm going to say Josh Allen's probably going to win maybe a couple MVPs during like a couple years of the season.
He'll have some hardware before it's over. All right, who's next, Torch?
And at the end, four Super Bowl rings, you know what I'm saying? We're hoping.
All right. Dalton Smith.
How crazy would it be that he just said that and it just popped in my head? How fucking nuts would it be if Josh goes and redoes Jim Kelly and wins 4 straight? Jim Kelly loses 4 straight. Josh comes in and wins 4 straight.
That'd be freaking awesome.
That'd be unbelievable. It's a pipe dream. 4 Super Bowls in a row by anybody. But wouldn't that be some crazy shit, Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
Definitely. 4 Super Bowls, 20 years of nothing, and then 4 championships. I'd take it.
I will.
I'd fucking take it.
It's a pipe dream like picking these 2 players coming up. Dalton Smith put a funny one in. He said if you had to pick between Kelvin Benjamin and Nelson Aguilar, who has
Kelvin Benjamin got kicked out of Giants camp for stealing food. And he stole food. Like, what? I wouldn't take either of them.
No.
I don't want either of them. So,
I hate them both.
both of them can get shit on. Goodbye.
My answer to Dalton Smith was neither, LOL. And then I said Aguilar. All right. Randall Cunningham or Warren Moon?
Ooh, who put that one in there?
Dalton Smith.
All right, Dalton. All right, okay.
Ooh, this is hard.
Well, you didn't get to see either of them play. I'll watch both of them play.
I know Randall Cunningham's one of the best scramblers ever.
Oh, we got a caller from Texas.
In my opinion, I'm gonna say Randall Cunningham.
Randall for you? All right. If we're going, see again. I watched them both. There's not a bad answer. Randall was awesome. He had the arm. He could get out of pressure, and Warren Moon could just throw dots. Warren Moon could throw it over the moon.
He had literally guns.
So if I had to choose one of them, if you put them both in front of me and they prime, I would probably take Warren Moon. But again, there is no wrong answer to that.
Caller, what's going on from Texas?
Hey, what's up, bro? It's Bills Mafia.
There's my guy, Dalton D-Man Smith, calling right on time with his question on Cunningham and Warren Moon. Interesting thought. Dalton, I'm gonna ask you. You don't want to ask the question. Who would you take, Cunningham or Moon?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Warren Moon.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I like Randall Cunningham, but good runner and good arm. I think Warren Moon has better arm.
Okay. Warren Moon it is. I picked Warren Moon myself.
No.
So Jason Mitchell asked a good one. He said Cam Newton or Deshaun Watson.
Cam Newton. Even though they're both horrible, I gotta take Cam Newton.
You're going to take Cam Newton?
Yep.
Well, one can't keep his hands off of women, and the other one dresses like a woman. So I'm going to say neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? Cam likes to look like him. Deshaun Watson likes to assault him. So, I don't want either of them on my team.
All right. If I had to take the personal away, I'm gonna pick Deshaun Watson. Dalton, who would you pick in this case?
To be honest with you, if I had to pick one, I'm going to say Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, me and you both. Yeah, Deshaun Watson. If we
Who'd you
took
take?
the personal.
Cam Newton.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Everybody's wrong. The answer is neither.
Everybody's wrong answer. Neither. All right. Peeper, what's good, Peeper Washington? You said Ed Reed or Ronnie Lott.
Ooh.
Ronnie Lott. Again, this is another one where there's no wrong answers.
Ronnie Lott.
There's no wrong answers. Ed Reed was one of the greatest ball hawks I've ever seen play. The dude could just find it.
And he was on the
It's my turn.
Okay.
So Ed Reed was one of the best ball hawks. He could find the ball. Great defender, great safety. But then you go over to Ronnie Lott, and Ronnie Lott didn't get a lot of interceptions because Ronnie Lott wanted you to catch that ball. And why did Ronnie Lott want you to catch that ball? So he could take your fucking head off. That's what Ronnie Lott wanted. So, again, two great safeties. My era for my style, the way I like to see football played. Again, there is no wrong answer, but I would take Ronnie Lott in a heartbeat.
All right.
The dude cut a part of his finger off in the middle of a game so he could keep playing. Cut part of his finger off in the middle of a game. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. You told me that.
That's right.
But
Because I'm a good dad.
they were the Baltimore Ravens. They had one of the best defense, with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and then they were both on the same team. But I didn't really get to watch neither of them play. But Ronnie Lott was like a monster. He was like the Michael Jordan of football.
As far as safeties go.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say Ed Reed.
Okay.
Because, I like interceptions.
You do.
More than fumbles, it's because the other team can still pick up the ball. But if you intercept the ball, you automatically have the ball. So,
all right.
George, who would you take?
Dalton. I'm going to ask Dalton real quick before me. Dalton.
That's a tough choice. But if I pick one, it's Ed Reed. And don't get me wrong, I like Ronnie Lott. But I rather have a ball hawking safety so he can intercept the quarterback.
I agree. I agree with the link and Dalton Smith. I took Ed Reed for playmaking ability. He's one who, if he gets the ball in his hands, he can take it to the house, along with the fact that he was a ball hawk. And let's not forget, Ed Reed could hit you too. Don't
Don't put him in the Ronnie Lott category.
No, he ain't in the Ronnie Lott category.
We got that straight.
But at the same token, Ronnie Lott's hitting in his air is totally different to Ed Reed's hitting in
it's because
this air.
back then there was rules that were just not thing.
There was no
And
rules.
dude, they could literally pull you by your back and drag you.
They could clothesline you.
Exactly.
That was a real man football, not this touch football shit.
So, Peeper, that was a good one. That's a good question.
Very good.
Robert Blandino said Cam Newton or Andrew Luck.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Go ahead, you take this one.
Okay.
Quickly.
Who's Andrew Luck, by the way?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Andrew Luck, he was not lucky though. I'm gonna take Cam Newton. He was not.
I'll
lucky.
never take Cam Newton, and I never will. So whoever the other answer is, but let's not get it twisted, okay? They fucked that kid's career up. All right. Andrew Luck would have been a really good quarterback, but they did nothing to protect that kid the whole time he was there in Indianapolis. They let him get beat on. They let him get injured. And at the end of it, he said, fuck this. I'm not playing no more. And I don't disagree with him. Like, they wasted that dude's career. Like, they ruined Andrew Luck. I think he would have been something special. Like, it was just cut short.
I think he retired in his 20s.
So, again, I'm not taking Cam over anybody. I think Cam Newton had his one good MVP year, and then that was it. That was it. What has he done since? Nothing. Dressed funny, acted stupid, lost football games. You can keep that shit.
Good answer, because I'm taking Andrew Luck, even though on the
And yes, I'm taking Andrew Luck, by the way.
thank you, Dalton. On the social media stat, I took Cam Newton. Luck was a better passer, but Cam Newton, obviously, because he played longer, he had an MVP. He went to a Super Bowl. I put Cam Newton on the stat, but when I think about it, Andrew Luck, if I'm going by his potential, probably would have been a better quarterback throughout. So, last one before we go.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here soon. We got stuff to do. It's a beautiful day. M&T live at the Apollo. Spectrum Cable, channel 1302, Tuesdays. Make sure you turn into the TV show. Let's go.
All right.
I get paid regardless.
The last banger of the day. All right. Andre Reed or Stephon Diggs?
Ooh, Andre Reed or Stephon Diggs. All right. Again. Shit.
Shout out to Dalton Smith for this one too.
I think at the end of Diggs' career, he's probably gonna be better than Andre Reed. I'm gonna say Diggs.
Come on, Monster, you're showing your stress muscles.
I'm gonna say Diggs because at the end of his career, he's probably better.
Well, I got 18 different scenarios and shit playing around in my head, different factors on who I should choose and why. But I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Reed.
Oh,
I'm gonna take Andre Reed because listen, this is why I'm gonna take Andre Reed over Stephon Diggs. The whole career. Okay, Diggs ain't been to the chip yet. Andre Reed went there 4 times, but Andre Reed was able to secure a Hall of Fame career and put up the numbers he had with other Hall of Famers on his team. You see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
It's not like Diggs, where Diggs right now is our number 1 option, and then Gabe Davis is 2. It's solidified. No. All right. When Andre Reed played, he had James Lofton with him. All right. He had Pete Metzelaars there. He played with Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas. Like, there were Hall of Famers on that offense that played with him. So for him to put up those numbers in that career with other Hall of Famers on the field, you got to give it to Andre Reed.
Interesting enough. Link?
I said Stephon Diggs because I didn't get to watch Andre Reed play, but
Right.
I believe that Stephon Diggs is gonna be better than Andre Reed at the end of Diggs' career.
Very well could be.
All right. Dalton Smith.
Honestly, you can't go wrong either way.
Yeah.
But I'm taking Andre Reed. The reason why, he was a monster with the Bill, played with the Hall of Fame.
All right. Interesting enough. I'm going to take Stephon Diggs. I get the whole rings and things. Stephon Diggs has been super consistent. 1,000+ yard seasons with whatever quarterback he's played with.
And he led the NFL in yards, I think, in the first season he came to the Bills.
Yeah.
He sure did. And with that being said,
Let's wrap it.
this has been M&T live at the Apollo. I am the Firestarter for Monster, the Link. Next week, we'll be back here once again, giving you the latest and greatest.
We Audi 5000.
Absolutely. Make sure you tune in Tuesdays, 8 to 9 p.m. All right. Spectrum 1302. Or you can get the Apollo Media Center Buffalo app and watch us there. If you miss it on Tuesdays, you can get it on Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. right before we come in here at 1 o'clock and, record the show. Nevertheless, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. And hopefully we get some more people in here, man. We're trying to rep businesses, support businesses while we do this thing too. So get your business in here, all right? See you.
That's a wrap. Episode 11. We out this bitch.